pra te ver. Meu bem, cadê você? Eu vim somente pra te ver. Meu bem, cadê? Coisinha linda, cadê? Meu bem, cadê você? Eu vim somente pra te ver. Cheguei, não tinha pra onde ir. Te olhei, não pude desistir. Sonhei o quanto consegui. Agora sim é minha e não vai me escapulir. Ok, agora tá na hora de se divertir. Je t'aime mon amour, I love you ma chérie. Vamos todos celebrar o amor, que é a coisa mais bonita que pode existir. Je t'aime mon amour, I love you ma chérie. Vamos comer, beber, dançar e por aí vai.
So I want to say from the deepness of my heart, thank you for all of it.
My name is Deborah Colker. I come from Brazil, from Rio de Janeiro. I work with movement and ideas. Everything that moves fascinates me, and I love to subvert space, ideas, to find new bodies and new movements. I started to dance 2 times. Once when I was very young, and the mothers decide what is the best for their little girls. When I was young, I loved music, and also I was playing volleyball. And with this, I needed, it was too much with the school, and I stopped to dance. Okay, every day is like this, my dear. And then, when I was 16 years, I had a great crisis. I stopped everything, and I came back to dance. And dance, I think that could synthesize for me art and sport.
I think Deborah at the beginning also gave us an interest because the way she works with the dancers and the way the work she does, which I always explain about it like being really physical work, already in her approach in her company and all the videos I've looked at her work, I could see then she was with dancers, but she was on a wheel with rota, or she was on a wall, or she was really making different things than just contemporary dancing.
Now, be careful, everybody.
That physicality, I thought, and we thought then it would be a great mix and a great fusion with circus act and acrobats.
Ali, outro aqui, girando. E os outros vão entrando do jeito.
Jaqueline Mota is my sister. I don't know who or whom. If she is me or me, I don't know. She's my assistant. We began to dance together. It was a long time ago. Gringo is the set designer. It's an old friend, partner. We have been working together 25 years.
When I was a kid, I loved science fiction, and I said the insects are the same. When you see When the creatures come from the space, they are like crickets or like giant animals. And this was something very nice because I love the monsters. And the insect, in a way, they seem like monsters. But they can be gentle monsters, or this is all the world of the insects. It's a lot of different characters.
Quand j'étais petite, j'allais dans ma cour, puis je plaçais des roches, des grosses roches partout sur le grand terrain qu'on avait, pour que quand je les levais le lendemain, il y avait toutes sortes de bébites, puis je les étudiais.
You know, I like insects.
Mais je pense que tous les enfants, en général, aiment les bébites. Mais moi, ça s'est poursuivi.
If they don't bite me.
Elle me mord. Elle n'est pas heureuse, là. Moi, je suis tellement immunisé que si elle me mord plus, elle va mourir. C'est que moi, je suis plus venimeux qu'eux.
When I was with George Broussard, first him, he is totally, I don't know what is, if it's an insect out and man in, or man out or insect in.
My name is Broussard, but you can call me George. I'm an easy man to go with. I'm an entomologist. You say I'm a bug man, a beetle man, a butterfly man. It's quite all right with me. My passion is great because it originates from my childhood. When I was young, very young, I was observing insects, and I couldn't believe how useful they were for nature. I have a friend called Guy Laliberté, owner of the Cirque du Soleil. A few months ago, I received a call from Guy telling me, George, I have to send you two of my people who are very interested in creating a circus based on insects.
C'était super accueillant, Georges, puis il nous amène en bas, visiter. Puis là, aussitôt qu'elle commence à descendre l'escalier, ça commence, t'en as, tu rentres dans un monde.
He wanted to put the insects live in our hands, and Mia was scary.
On a eu la chance de prendre un insecte sur notre main, d'avoir peur. Puis aussi, c'est quand ça se passe avec lui, quand il t'en parle, la peur est plus la même chose. T'as le goût quasiment d'y toucher, même si c'est une tarentule.
My mission is simple. I want to reconcile humans with this animal class that has a lot of class, insects. Insects are producers, pollinators, scavengers, farmers, feeders. Their contribution is huge. The Earth and the planet wouldn't be what it is without the presence and the activities of my friends, the insects.
À partir du monde des insectes, on voulait évoquer dans les costumes plutôt qu'imiter. Si on pense à une coquerelle, parce que c'est beau une coquerelle, en fait, c'est une belle carapace, tout est super slick, mais nous, on la voit pas belle. Alors, qu'est-ce que ça évoque? Qu'est-ce que ça connote en nous?
The most difficult design to do is to copy nature. Because nature is perfect, and when you try to do something closer to that, it becomes tacky, it becomes like, I don't know, like poor. And so we have to evocate it. And to evocate it, if you go in a larger scale, it's nice because it's just the forms, the curves, and the organic feeling that the nature has in the forms and shapes. The nature is very strong in Brazil. In Rio de Janeiro, the nature is inside the big city. And we are just very close to the forms of nature also, with the parks and with the forests that we have inside Rio. I don't know to explain that, but we are more organic way of being. Our main architect, that is Oscar Niemeyer, his work is with curves all the time, because it's the curves inspired in the mountains, in the beaches. And this is a heritage that we cannot forget, and it's inside us. And so I think a lot of our set has something of our Brazilian soul, in a way, mixed with Cirque du Soleil also.
I really like to do this crossfade between violin and Brazilian guitar distortion and the perk, the pandeiro. I had this musical presentation to give. He came to me and, come on, man, let's gonna do this a very bright, shining show, a music Brazilian journey, blah, blah, blah. And this really clicked my mind, and cool. Okay, it's not supposed to be a Brazilian show, but we have a lot of Brazilian accent, so let's do it properly. Otherwise, anyone can do, and sounds not supposed to sound a gringo thing. It's supposed to sound cool, chic. I try to travel, to trip in a few styles. So I do a carimbó. It's a music style belongs to a very northwest part of Brazil. It's inside Amazonia. It's a rhythm like born in Belém do Pará. And they are so much closer of Central America than Rio de Janeiro. So they have a lot of this Salsa Caribbean influence mixed with the Brazil culture. So this is cool. Now I have a purpose. Okay, now I have a chance to do my first personal carimbó. It was so fun. And also, I made a samba reggae. It's a Bahia music style. And I made a samba, Rio de Janeiro. I made another mixed like a Bahia rhythm, but in the 70s when the distortion guitar, electric guitar, find the place to be inside some very cultural things, and I made a song somehow like trying to keep my mind in the 70s, the early 70s with distortion guitar doing the main theme. What else? I did a forró for Recife. It's a northeast of Brazil. It's a very cool music style. And it's funny because the forró, we have a theory in Brazil, when the first farmers in the colonization period was there, okay, today's Sunday, let's gonna do something for the employees, blah, blah, blah. And we have this kind of music based on the accordion, the forró. But this party, it's called For All. Then the poor people, for all, forró, and now we have the style called it forró.
J'ai fait l'école d'architecture pour faire tous les dessins très propres, mais c'est toujours le sketch qui marche mieux. Quand nous sommes dans le moment de création, toutes les choses viennent très vite. Quand elle parle, je fais des idées qui m'arrivent. C'est comme ça, ok, c'est comme ça, toutes les personnes comprennent. Ma façon de créer toutes les choses, c'est en plus avec la main.
insects have inspired so many people because they are great promoters and inventors. They inspire architects, engineers, artists who use them for their aesthetic value to create some huge piece of art.
I wanted to have a place that it's an insect place, the nest of the insects.
A lot of insects, they have their homes like holes, like caverns. And I try to put a bit of these holes and places inside the earth that the insects lives and goes. I always like when a set has a dynamic. It changes all the time.
Alors, je vous montre ici quelques spécimens de des maîtres sauteurs, des champions du saut, des criquets et des sauterelles. Quels sauteurs! Ils peuvent sauter jusqu'à 200 à 300 fois la longueur de leur corps. Eux sont des maîtres dans l'art de l'évasion. Ils fuient le prédateur avec une rapidité et une efficacité absolument admirables. Ils sont attirants, ils sont très vitaminés, très protéinés. Il ne faut pas se surprendre si beaucoup d'animaux les utilisent pour leur diète quotidienne. Les criquets vivent seuls ou en colonie.
1, 2, 3. I made many sketches for the cricket. I think it's my third one, where I thought, oh, he needs to have leg extensions or something, but I need to make it very graphic. And my first impulse was to make them like, we have knees like this, so make bigger knees. So I made my drawing this way. And then my husband told me, no, make them this way. So I have to give that to him that. And I thought, oh, I would have never thought about that there would be a similar movement, but as a mirror. And that worked so well. So that was really a discovery. On the drawing was beautiful. And when we tried it in the prototype, we saw, wow, it's fantastic. All we see are these extra legs. We lose the human shape somehow, even though we see his own legs. And we cover them with the housse, the leg cover, which was very smartly done with a zipper and everything. And then there's the shoes. To really believe, it's like haute couture, you know, like everything matches. We even put a little fabric on them to decorate them better, that it's the continuity of the costume.
Carl l'écuyer.
Je m'appelle Carl, un acrobate. J'ai fait l'université, j'ai fait beaucoup de compétitions de trampoline. J'étais un ingénieur. J'ai essayé de travailler comme ingénieur, mais être assis à un bureau toute la journée, il fallait que je me trouve des raisons pour me lever. C'était rendu que je buvais du café puis de l'eau quasiment à toutes les heures juste pour pouvoir me lever de ma chaise. Puis à un moment donné, ma mère, elle m'a dit « Tu veux continuer à faire des acrobaties? Continue pendant que ton corps y peut. » Fait que je me dis, je serai ingénieur quand mon corps voudra plus fonctionner. Je fais plus du tout ce que je faisais en compétition, parce que maintenant, ils ont mis un gros mur à côté de la trampoline. Fait que c'est comme réapprendre à faire du trampoline, puis c'est le fun. J'ai les sensations des premiers rushs d'adrénaline que j'avais quand j'étais plus jeune, puis je faisais un nouveau mouvement. Quand je me sens que je suis totalement fatigué ou je sens que j'ai mes muscles raqués un peu, je dis tout le temps, je vais juste aller en haut du mur, je vais me pitcher en bas 2-3 fois, puis l'adrénaline va faire le reste. Puis souvent, c'est ça qui arrive. Je suis en bas, on sautille un petit peu. Et là, c'est juste de donner un coup de motivation, monter en haut, puis une fois qu'on a tombé d'en haut, on a dit que tout le corps a eu un choc électrique, puis on continue. Fait que là, on peut commencer à travailler un peu.
when we talk about the cast, Deborah and I thought I would say, okay, are we going for a certain amount of dancers? What inside of our cast, how do you foresee when we're talking about how it works, the amount of artists we will have? How do you foresee that you want a lot of dancers and something? And she was radical. No, I don't want any dancer. I really want to go somewhere else and bring the movement to the acrobat, which was also really interesting for us to build the cast for this show.
My show will not be will be a dance show? No. Will be an acting show? No. Will be acrobat? No. It's a movement show.
We did start from the movement at the beginning. Even like when we start with the artist, it was a different, what we call formation with them. It was really a different approach to develop them at the beginning.
J'ai appris à compter jusqu'à 8 aussi.
They start counting and dancing in a certain gestual.
I will count 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
It's not lyrics movement or something. It's really she's using really like daily gesture. So it was easier for them also to put that inside of their body.
Inside the insect world, I could feel that we have systems. And I want to, like day-to-day life, our performance will be one day. The beginning of the day, the middle of the day, night, we will sleep, and the next day, and finished. This is a little system that we have in our lives. It's our day-to-day quotidian. And I want to bring this idea of this system. We will eat, we will sleep, we will wake up, we will run, we will walk, we will fight, we will make love, we will laugh. Many things will happen that it's about the system that we have every day. I began to ask them to go inside their quotidian movement worlds. Okay, let's walk together. Let's change the walk. Each movement have intention. When you are doing like this,
допустим, когда вы так делаете,
it's like when you are thinking.
как, например, вы думаете,
What can I do? What can I do?
Что я могу
This
делать?
is, and with the hands, we
И
need
руками.
to not fingir. It not seems that I am scratching. I really need to feel this.
вы должны как бы
To
почувствовать
scratch.
по-настоящему.
Like this.
Всегда
I can be
быстро.
like.
Можно иногда помедленнее.
Create 6, 7, and go. Use the feet, the
Используйте
knees.
ноги.
Two hands together.
Двумя руками.
Okay, stop. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Her movement is, you know, it's not, you know, like ballet or, you know, jazz. It's just like what you do every day, which is really, really nice. And to see a group of people doing it and to do it together is fantastic.
3, 4, 5. Conta você já. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay. 5, go. 6, 7, 8, and 1. You remember this? We did this Wednesday. It was perfect. 3, 4, 5.
Spiders are very important animals. They are no insects because they have 8 legs. They are arachnids. Most of them are able to produce silk, which they use to create some huge nets. In these nets, the big spider becomes a master of contortion and of ability, using one line of silk, which is glue, to attract and to collect the prey, and of course the other one, which is dry, to make his way up to the prey. Amazing, phénoménal.
Dans ma vie de jeune ballerine, j'étais vraiment flexible pour être une ballerine. Là. Fait que là, à 15 ans, j'ai vu à la télévision les 4 contorsionnistes du Cirque du Soleil passer à une émission de TV. Dans mon salon, j'ai essayé, puis ça a marché. Moi, je fais pas 3 saltos, là, mais je sais bouger.
Marjorie came only to research movements, only to workshop in December. And when happened this, I said, I need this girl.
Elle m'a monté la toile d'araignée, et là, j'ai fait... Ah, là, ça, c'est trop. Fait qu'elle m'a montré qu'est-ce que Svetlana avait fait avec les criquets. Fait que ça, c'est venu tout seul, tu sais. Je me suis mis à grimper, tu sais. Je suis une bébite. Je suis une bébite, moi, je suis une petite bébite en dedans de moi, je le sais, tu sais. J'ai des faces, là, tu sais. Je suis une petite étrange, un peu à la Deborah.
When I had Marshall, I could have Sveta, I could have the crickets, and this worked like crazy.
Elle m'a inspiré beaucoup. On a fait, parce que ça a été instantané, de comment elle m'a vu bouger, qu'est-ce qu'elle me disait. Ah, ça, j'aime ça, mais tu pourrais peut-être changer ça de même. Ah, OK, si je change ça de même, je pourrais peut-être faire ça après. That's it, OK, we keep it. That's it. OK, again, do it again so you remember, and after you can do that. See?
Deborah is, you know, raw. She's just raw there, you know. It's fantastic to work with her and see her energy.
Oh, like a monster going. Oh! Spider-Man, maybe.
Okay, I can think about Scorpion.
I am totally the same of dance.
I'm a little more than Jackie, for example.
My work is like dance.
No, I'm just a fly.
Petit.
Okay, this Caravelho.
I like to be like dance.
J'aime beaucoup les scorpions.
Scarabée. They are inert like they survive for atomic bombs.
It seemed to me that when I arrived here, they had a clear idea of who the ladybug was, and I just had to feel it physically. You know, we go back to the movement. I think, you know, and finding her own movement as an insect, what she does and how she plays her body and movement and hands and feet and from the toes up to the head.
super laxe. Puis, je sais pas, il y a déjà quelque chose d'établi dans mon corps par rapport au mouvement. C'est quelque chose que j'adore. C'est quelque chose que je me sers énormément. En tant que clown, on est des artistes de mouvement, donc on s'inspire de ce qu'on connaît, de ce qu'on peut aller chercher dans ce qu'on a vu dans la vie quotidienne. Hein. Les mouches, ça fait partie de notre quotidien. D'intégrer le mouvement de la mouche, hein? Le mouvement rapide. Hein, c'est un peu ça, tous les insectes comme ça. Ajouter aussi dans notre vocabulaire des sons qui peuvent se rapporter à l'insecte, qui peuvent, par exemple, le bzzz d'une mouche. Alors, OK.
Je me souviens, les premières fois, on s'était pas filmé, puis on pensait qu'on l'avait bien, l'insecte. Puis à force de regarder les vidéos, on trouvait qu'on ressemblait plus à des macaques puis à des gorilles. On se rendait compte qu'il y a un petit mouvement qu'on avait fait, qu'il y avait quelque chose qui était plus saccadé, avec plus d'angles, c'était moins fluide comme mouvement.
L'aspect des insectes dans le travail, c'est quelque chose de complètement nouveau, qui est vraiment pas évident dans la mesure où c'est quand même des êtres qui sont très très loin de nous. Ils n'ont pas quatre pattes, ils ont une autre manière ils ont un corps différent. Du coup, c'est un travail qui est assez délicat à aborder.
How insects can move? Usually insects only fly, or they scratch. No, with the faces, with the legs, with the feet, with the hands, with elbow, with all the articulation. It's a good moment for you to precise the character of your insect. For example, the spider and the butterfly, they are more quiet, more queen. The crickets are like this. You fleas, you are a little sexy.
She has a maestro way to get all these potentials together and make them goes in a fluid way of dancing and movement.
For example, one can do something like a pa. Another one can do pa.
Посмотрите на нее, каждый может.
We have the flyers and we have the portos. And the portos, they are really big Russian, heavy Russian. I couldn't ask them to run or to be light. Yuri, because you are the highest. Yeah, maybe you. Here, up, yes. Do again. It's good to see this, huh? I recognize the way that they are, and I found their insect, and I began to create their world, their movement. And when finished, Valerie, when finished, Artem, all of you for the audience. And can be more than one movement. I love this one. Everybody will applaud.
The scarab is a strong animal. Believe me or not, he can lift 900 times his own weight. And he is able to fly.
So we started with a super beautiful hard shell like this, which is semi-hard, but that gives it like a very powerful Scarabean aspect, and we're very proud of that. And we thought we're going to remove this for the number and put something softer under. But yet we were not happy about something too flat, so we found an in-between. There was this proposal that is just less dramatical, less structuring the body, but yet very soft. And we thought we had it really for the whole gang. This all works for all of them but the flyers, because the flyers, they just fold their bodies really, really tight to make the turns, and therefore even this very soft latex is still too stiff. So we had to find another solution to make it even more functional. And so the patina, the painting effect of that shell helps to create the same effect. That's what's hard about making costumes for dance or for acrobats, that You have to be ready to, that being functional is almost more important than being aesthetic. And that's the sacrifice you have to do when you do costumes like that.
When the aerial act was chosen for this show, we said to ourselves, we need two conditions to succeed. One, we needed to be led by an expert, and that's what Valery Tomanov represents.
I started working at Circus 1971. It's first time. Working old Moscow circus.
And two, we need to be able to cast close to 50% of the people with experience, not necessarily in that act, but in the disciplines that are part of that act. Valery was brought in as an expert who not only was part of that act, but also was very involved in whenever they had to integrate new people into that act, he was very involved in coaching and teaching and carrying that component.
Alors Valérie, notre coach, c'est un personnage super parce qu'il vient du cirque. C'est quelqu'un qui a travaillé toute sa vie dans le cirque, donc qui a une connaissance énorme de ce que c'est que la vie de cirque et qui nous en apprend beaucoup à ce niveau-là. Après, évidemment, il est là pour nous aider au niveau technique, mais c'est aussi sur la façon d'aborder le numéro. C'est un coach complet, je dirais. C'est une équipe très intéressante parce qu'elle est très hétéroclite dans la mesure où il y en a qui sont plus âgés, d'autres plus jeunes, certains qui viennent du sport, d'autres du cirque vraiment traditionnel. Et ça, c'est quelque chose qui fait une grande richesse au sein de notre groupe.
The cast in general has a very good mixture culturally. You will have 2 or 3 guest acts that have Russian culture, Russian background, or Russian speaking, we should say, because somebody coming from Ukraine and Belarus obviously is not Russian in modern understanding. But so you have a contortion act. Svetlana comes from circus world. You have Vladimir, who is equilibrist. He comes from circus world. You have a duet that is performing Cordelis. They come from circus world. But then you have 5 girls performing a women's bankin style act, women's acrosport. So they come literally from the sport, just left their gym bag and came here. So they come from the same linguistic background, similar age background, maybe even geographically same locations, but they come from 2 different worlds. A person coming from the circus world and a person coming from an athletic world, they bring very different culture.
On a eu à travailler avec différentes cultures dans notre équipe de conception, mais pas juste une culture brésilienne, de gens différents, de milieux différents. Le reste de l'équipe de création aussi sont soit la plupart à leur première expérience au cirque. Donc, c'est de comprendre la culture cirque aussi.
C'est sûr que je ne suis pas habituée de travailler dans un contexte qui est aussi vaste que le cirque, parce que venant du milieu de la danse, encore une fois, il reste que même si c'est des grosses productions, c'est des petites productions à comparer à ici. Le costume est particulièrement un département où les choses sont lentes, parce que coudre, comment c'est archaïque, parce que ça prend du fil et des aiguilles, c'est d'une lenteur monstre, même si les gens sont super efficaces. Vraiment, là, on est dans une fourmilière et c'est fantastique. C'est vraiment formidable parce qu'il y a une efficacité à cause de tous les départements. Et ça, c'est comme si on fait des pas de géant. Comme si our little ants working. We're going to go to our wood insect. That has been approved in a preliminary phase as like a pre-prototype. We need to show it to Deborah with the stilts, because this one has stilts, and that's the process we do. It's a very complex costume.
If there is something that amazed me when I saw for the first time the new circus, were the costumes.
I
I always feel fear, all the time, because if you don't feel fear, it's that our work is not good.
Puis il y a des nuits où j'ai pas dormi, puis j'ai appelé mon thérapeute. J'ai dit, ben là, comment ça se fait? J'ai dit quelque chose à régler en profondeur. Elle dit, non, non, t'as juste le trac.
The fear, it's part of the work, it's part of the challenge, and it's part of the risk. And the risk is still inside of me.
Quando eu tenho medo, eu coloco o meu coração na frente e deixo ele me levar. Ele me guia. Meu coração, vambora, Jaque, faz isso aí.
Not fear. Sometimes I'm okay, I'm a little lost, what I'm going to do. But since I have the idea, it's a matter of work. It's a matter to be an ant.
Minutes before I'm about to go on stage, I have, oh my God, what am I doing? Why did I ever do this? But as soon as I step on stage, it all disappears.
J'essaie de pas avoir peur, mais plutôt d'être consciente des risques.
Si une journée tu montes en haut puis t'as plus peur puis tu respectes pas ton appareil, c'est là que tu peux te faire mal, parce que c'est comme si tu es trop sûr de toi. Fait que c'est tout le temps bon d'avoir une peur, puis ça, pour l'instant, je l'ai tout le temps encore. J'espère qu'elle va rester là longtemps.
Only stupid people not afraid.
I wish that people will get rid of their fear. They fear the spiders, for example, the scorpion, the beetle, the fly, the wasp. Incredibly, incredibly. There's not 1% of insects who are dangerous. Not 1%. But people fear them all. The worst is the mosquito, because he is a vector of sickness. But the worst vector of sickness is man.
Je pense que le danger, ouais, il est présent. La peur, elle est présente aussi. Après, la peur n'évite pas le danger. Et voilà, nous, ce qu'on aime, c'est justement ça. C'est pas le danger, c'est pas la peur, mais c'est le plaisir qu'on peut avoir à voler.